deep breath. Make a wish. Count to 3. Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination. We'll begin with a spin, traveling.
All right, that was my intro, Willy Wonka. I'm ranked 6 on the CBS starting lineup fantasy projection. For my team, I kept Zach Stacy and Keenan Allen in the 16th and 15th round. As far as keepers are concerned, I think personally I'm definitely in the top 4 in that range as far as keeper selection. My team, I have by far the best wide receiving core between Dez Bryant, Calvin Johnson, and Keenan Allen. I don't think anyone can touch that. I'm definitely weaker on the running back and quarterback. I do like Zach Stacy. I do like Toby Gerhart, who they're projecting to get anywhere from 275 to 300 touches a year. So as my RB2, I think I have a strong RB2 in Zach Stacy and a mid to strong in Toby Gerhart. I know there's a lot of risk with him in that offense, but I can't complain about getting 275 touches in a year. He's got to average at least around 10 to 12 points, which I'll take out of an RB2. Jay Cutler, I actually think he's got a ton of upside. Derek took Nick Foles, my quarterback. I would have taken probably if I had a choice between the two, but I do think between Alshon Jeffrey, Brandon Marshall, and Matt Forte, there's just enough offense there that he'll be just fine. He's obviously not one of the top 4, but between Jay Cutler all the way up through Tony Romo and Tom Brady, I don't see a much that big of a difference where it was worth 3 or 4 round pick ahead of him. So I'm fine with Jay Cutler, and just in case I got Carson Palmer, who was in the same range, slightly below Jay Cutler for me. As far as my bench is concerned, I have, I think, a strong person who, for some reason, is the fountain of youth with Fred Jackson there. But still, my second running back, Ryan Matthews, who I think is decided to actually show up the end of last year. So I think, I'm hopeful that he'll come through this year and be strong and perhaps take one of the starting running back positions. As far as my other players, I got Michael Floyd, who I think is going to be a beast, and Cordarrelle Patterson. I'm surprised I got those two with my team. So, so when you guys are ready and you need a wide receiver, come talk to me first, and we'll see what we can do for a in one of the top 4 QBs or an RB1 position when you're ready for that. So, Doobie, you're up. Oh, by the way, I'm making the playoffs. This team is going to make the playoffs.
You've made the playoffs more than you haven't. So
I make the playoffs every year. But go on.
Yeah, that's right. So you could say that. Toby Gerhart, terrible. That team is so bad. They need to put Blake Bortles in, which will at least get their offense more into a pro set.
I agree with that.
You have Ryan Matthews, sort of a bounce back year. I actually tried to draft him. Doug grabbed him right before I could get him. So I like that pick, obviously, and I think he might end up being in your starting lineup. Wide receivers are good. Keenan Allen might come back to earth now that he's on tape. Calvin Johnson, Megatron, I'd pick him first every year if I could. Dez Bryant, as long as he doesn't get fucking arrested, he's good. Zach Stacy, actually, I'm a little down on him because Bradford getting hurt. Their backup quarterbacks are a joke. They're going to load the box and make them beat them over the top. Cutler could have a sneaky good year. Everyone's been saying that, but his thing is his line never protects for him. So any kind of fades at the end of the year, sits out playoff games, after he hurt his an ankle, whatever. Fred Jackson, I always draft him usually. He's a good fill-in late in the year. He's a durable guy. Cordarrelle Patterson's one of those guys too that could just have a couple really big weeks and win you something. But yeah, overall I like your team. There's a couple guys that maybe I'd pick different, but I don't hate it. Toby Gerhart though, nah.
So I think the overall consensus is that strong at wide receiver and okay around
I give you the best 2 wide receiver combo with Des Bryant and Calvin Johnson. Easy.
Yeah.
That's that. I mean, I would have that if I could.
Strong wide receiver, okay running back, okay quarterback.
Devontae Freeman, he's the guy that gets screamed at in Hard Knocks by the special teams coach. You see that?
That was my pick to maybe take him next year when Steven Jackson.
He could be good. Doesn't play special teams. Watch the video. It's awesome.